How to move to Dubai in 2025 or even 2026. Today I will give you all the insights and the things I potentially did wrong, like doing the visa, doing the banking, doing the cost estimation, doing all of the things you need to know before coming here. That's very important, and I will give you all the insight and scoop. So let's get into it. So you want to move to Dubai in 2025 or even 2026, then it's important that you start looking for the way to do it. And today I will show you all the things you should know, and also the things you maybe would forget, and maybe the things I also forgot. So let's start, and I will start with the most important thing. Obviously, you should always come to Dubai with a decent amount of money, because the whole move is not just like taking a bus to another city, and that's what I feel like some people think. On general, you should at least have around 10,000 American dollar in your account to make the move. Just the flights, the whole process of getting a house, an apartment, it all costs money. And on the housing part especially, you should know that you also in Dubai, you have to pay the rent in advance. Obviously, you can also get some Airbnbs and so on, but that's important to get enough money before you come to Dubai. So before I continue, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments so I can answer them for you. So we move on to the second topic, and obviously a lot of people who come to Dubai either have applied from outside of Dubai to a job and have succeeded and have landed a job and went to Dubai this way, or maybe you opened a business. But in most cases, people will come to Dubai either without a job and have some kind of tourist visa and will enter the country, or most people will enter and they will already be able to apply for an e-visa. The first step obviously is, before you come here, you should have some kind of job, ideally already applied for and landed, as I said. So that is very important. And then a second step would be is that you obviously exit your home country and leave your residency behind, your tax residency behind, because one of the main advantages is to come to Dubai and enjoy the tax-free personal income situation, which allows you to also live in this country, because both are obviously linked, right? So if people are not paying taxes, some things will be more expensive than in other countries. On average, you will have more room to play with your income, and also the cost of living in Dubai is relatively affordable because of the fact that you don't pay those taxes. So that's an important fact to take into account. Then the next part is obviously you need to get your visa option. So you can come as a tourist and then find your job here, but obviously the best way is to get your work permit, your work visa. So everyone living and working in Dubai should have obviously a work permit, a work visa, and either you set up your business from outside of the UAE and you come here and you employ yourself, or you're working for a company, which most of you will probably do, where you will work for a company and they will arrange your work visa, because obviously you will have a work contract. So that is then your work visa. So doing that, the first step is getting your e-visa, and that's like a digital version of your visa copy. And then you will need to start your process to get your first work visa or your residence card. That's called your Emirates ID. And to get that, you will need to do two main steps. And the first one is obviously doing a health check. So in Dubai, they emphasize the fact that you need to be healthy before you come to the country. So those are some basic checks. One of the key parts is a picture of your lungs to see if you're still healthy there, and some blood tests and so on. So that's the first important step. The second important step is that you will do your biometrics. In essence, it's just your fingerprint that they will take and so on to make that Emirates ID. So those are the main two chapters that you will need to complete. So during this whole setup, obviously you will not be able to leave the country, because you will need to be linking your passport to the Emirates ID, and the whole process doesn't allow you to move outside of the country. Otherwise, the whole process will be cancelled. This will obviously take a bit of time. So for the 2-3 weeks, you will not be able to move outside of this country. And also you will not be able to do a lot of the things you could do with the Emirates ID, because you don't have it yet. So you cannot yet probably rent, or you cannot yet set up your phone situation, because you will in most cases need to temporarily use your passport, and then after you will use your Emirates ID. So that's very important to know too. And as I said, the moment you do get your Emirates ID, it will be a big party. Everyone has been happy when they get their Emirates ID. You will be happy when you get your Emirates ID, because now you can start enjoying your time here in Dubai. Dubai, you will be able to get your insurance either with your work or personal, and then you will be able to rent obviously some place in Dubai, either with a serviced apartment or just renting a normal apartment without furniture being in there, and renting yourself, doing all the additional costs yourself. So with that Emirates ID, you will be able to open a bank account and do everything you will need to do eventually in Dubai. Obviously, having a bank account is very important because the employer will need to pay your salary on your Emirates bank account. So that's more or less the whole structure of doing this whole journey in Dubai, coming to Dubai. So also in 2026 this will be very similar, and in 2025 it is very similar, and that's the best way to do it. The Emirates ID is valid for 2 years, and you can renew it, and you can even look for a golden visa if you are valid and in line with the different requirements that a golden visa requires. So this is the whole journey. If you like this or you have any questions, put them in the comments and I will be glad to answer them. I do have a whole series on moving to Dubai, life in Dubai, and so on. Feel free to check out my other videos, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.